You're watching City County Sports, the Coach's Corner with Dan Crume. Brought to you by Bobby Wilson Home Furnishings, Penn Station East Coast Subs, Champion Ford Lincoln Mazda, and Via Media.
Hey everybody, this is Barry Williams on Coach's Corner on Hometown TV, and I'm here with Coach Dan Crume, head coach of the Apollo Eagles. Well, Dan, you played Christian County last Friday night. Why don't you talk about that game?
Well, you know, we came out and first half we were down 14-0 at the end of the first half and going in the locker room, and you know we kind of shot ourselves in the foot, and we felt pretty good where we were going in at halftime, and we came out the second half and we got an onside kick to start out of the game, and then we had a turnover, and then we got the ball back. We held them, we got the ball back and drove down and made a 14-6 game with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. It felt pretty good, and then you know we had it set up, a kickoff set up the way we wanted it, and they ended up, we just didn't make the tackle, and they returned it, kind of took our sails out of us, and kind of snowballed after that. But you know, I was proud of the kids. They continued to fight, they continued to play. You know, they put us in a position Friday night. They put themselves in a position where, you know, 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, you're sitting there with a chance to possibly, you know, have a good defensive stand and play. But it goes back to that old thing. It's three phases of the game when you got to execute special teams, and we got to make sure we don't let that happen again.
Who was your Penn Station player of the game?
This week it was Adonis Hudson. You know, Adonis has been a senior for us and all year, and he kind of came on Friday night for us. He ran the ball extremely hard. He ran with a determination that you know we've kind of been expecting to see all year from him, and he came, and you know if he'll continue to do that these last several games, then you know he's going to give us a great opportunity to do some things in the last few games. So Adonis was our player of the game. He's another young man that's a good kid, outstanding kid, and you know, and like I said, Friday night he came on Friday night and played for us. So.
Did you have anybody else that was a standout?
Yeah, you know, we had several on defense that played. Our defensive, for the most part, the score is not really an indication of the game, I don't feel. You know, I thought Tristan Patterson played really well defensively. He played really well. I think he was our second leading tackler of the game, and he played well. You saw him all over the place, and he made a lot of tackles for us, and he did a really good job for us. And then, you know, we had a lot of young kids step up and play that contributed a lot and played pretty well. You know, Hunter Wilson played well on the defensive line for us. You know, Braxton Hurley, Tyler Mills, they rotated in and played. And so we had a lot of kids that stepped in defensively and played offensively. I think our line probably played pretty well, probably their best game of the year. They, you know, as far as moving people off the football. And those are the things we got to build on. Like I said, you know, I don't feel the game was an indication of, the score was an indication of the game. There were so many positives that we can build off of with this game, and that's what we intend to do with it.
Well, folks, we'll be back in just one moment. Stay tuned.
Put him in a chokehold, Bobby.
Elbow dropping, Bobby.
I'm back-breaking Bobby Wilson, and I'm slamming high prices.
Now Bobby's slamming high prices on both sides of the river. At Bobby Wilson's Home Furnishings new Evansville store, you'll find the same quality furniture at low warehouse prices.
I'm slamming high prices.
Bobby Wilson's Home Furnishings on 9th Street between J.R. Miller and Triplett in Owensboro, and now on North Main at Columbia in Evansville.
For updates on all the local high school sports action in Owensboro, follow City County Sports on Twitter at City County Sport. Make the pledge to not text and drive. Text at the game, not behind the wheel. Tweet I pledge to hashtag CCS I pledge.
Hi, this is Duke Brubaker from Champion Ford Lincoln Mazda. We're proud to be the sponsor of the Coach's Corner. Visit our website at championowensboro.com. Coach's Corner Special 2013 Lincoln MKX, 0 for 60 months plus $2,000 customer cash. New 2013 Ford Flex SEs as low as $28,990, save $67.25 off sticker. Those are our 2 Coach's Corner specials this week. Visit our website at championowensboro.com for a great lineup of new and used vehicles. How are you going to beat that?
You're watching Coach Crume Show on City County Sports.
Hey folks, we're back on Coach's Corner, and I'm here with Dan Crume, head coach of the Apollo Eagles. Well, Dan, the KHSAA just brought out a new rule this past week that's created a lot of controversy about not shaking hands after the game. What is your opinion on that?
Well, you know, they came out with the rule last Tuesday about not shaking hands after the game. Then they came back and revised the rule, and I think that's I think it's probably the route that they ended up going is probably the best route that you can look at with that. You know, the thing about that I feel about it is you know their big thing was talking about the supervision after the games and all that. And personally, as a coach, I feel that if you're coaching, then supervision should be a priority, and that it doesn't matter if you're in the locker room or if you're waiting for kids to get picked up or if you're shaking hands after a game or during a game. The supervision should still be there. And I think most of those instances where they've had issues and problems after a game is when you've got not really good supervision, you know. And there's a lot of kids on the field. There's a lot of coaches on the field. But most teams have 4 to 6 to 10 coaches, whatever it is, depending on the school. Some have more. But, you know, if your coaches are aware and they know to get out and kind of keep an eye on everything, then typically you can get to things beforehand. And, you know, you preach sportsmanship and the shaking of the hands after the game. I think, you know, win, lose, or draw, you know, there's been times that this year that we've had to make that walk, and it doesn't feel very good because, you know, you got beat pretty good. But I've also been a part of teams where you make that walk and you're on the other side. And the big thing is you know, I feel that you've got to be a team of character, and what I mean by that is, you know, you don't want to go out in line and say things that kind of instigate and do those types of things. You know, you want to say, you know, good job and move on, you know, and that's kind of the way it is. But to me, it's an act of sportsmanship. But as far as the supervision, I think that's kind of, you know, I think that if you're doing your job anyway, it shouldn't be an issue.
Now, Friday night you got Greenwood. What do you know about this team?
They're a big team. You know, Greenwood has the last several years had some success. This year, I think they've won 2 games at this point. They're kind of similar to us. They're probably a little bigger than us up front, but you know, they've had some bad breaks. They've played some tough competition, and so, you know, it's one of those games that it's going to be, you know, who's going to compete for 4 quarters, you know, and bang and battle. And if we can bang and battle and play, and, you know, we feel pretty good about where we're at with this game, you know, they're a good team. They play hard. Greenwood always played Greenwood for a lot of years, and the one thing with the kids at Greenwood is they're always going to play hard. And I've coached against 4 different coaches there, and that is the one factor that has always come into play is they play hard, and, you know, they're going to come in and they're really going to get after it. So, you know, we've got to be able to match that. You know, they're another team. They don't do anything flashy. They got a nice quarterback. He throws a nice ball. He also has the ability to scramble, and he does a good job with those things. So, you know, we just got to be ready to play and get after it. And offensively, we got to just eliminate turnovers.
Well, there you go, folks. This has been Barry Williams on Coach's Corner on Hometown TV with Coach Dan Crume, head coach of the Apollo Eagles. Thanks for watching.
You've been watching City County Sports, the Coach's Corner with Dan Crume, brought to you by Bobby Wilson Home Furnishings, Penn Station East Coast Subs, Champion Ford Lincoln Mazda, and Via Media. If you'd like to be a business sponsor of City County Sports Coach's Corner and show your school colors, call Via Media at 683-1094. What's better than being in the game? Being part of the game. Did you know your business can be a local broadcast sponsor of high-profile sporting events on cable television? Sports like Major League Baseball, NBA, NFL, and NASCAR. Not only will you be a visible sponsor, but you will also brand your business with top cable networks like ESPN, Fox Sports, and TNT. Call Via Media today and ask for Rod Wilkerson, the sports guru, to coach your business to the top of the standings.